You can see in the background the MSC ship we sailed on. It's the Meraviglia. Can't pronounce it. I'm looking right at it, but I can't pronounce it. At any rate, it's spelled Meraviglia. So I've seen a lot of reviews about the ship and whatnot, but I'd like to throw my 2 cents worth in. We enjoyed the cruise, and the ship is beautiful. So I guess to sum it up is I would like to sail on the ship again. So I do recommend it. But there's a few things you ought to be aware of and take precautions of. I was shocked to determine that they don't put Kleenex, facial tissues in the rooms. It's not even in there in the porters or the steward's setup kit. And in the public wash stations before you go into a buffet. What passes for a paper towel there is a joke. Fortunately, in those little booths, they also have an air dryer, so you need to use that. So I don't know how much money they save on the paper products overall, but they're terrible. That goes for the toilet tissue. It's serviceable, but it's if you have your own favorite toilet tissue, you need to bring a roll. The other thing is the deck arrangements like no other ship I've ever seen. And of course, they had to lay it out so they got the most balcony suites because that's what most people want. And so let me say a few things. Oh, and so basically that creates a maze. Trying to find your room, find an elevator, and I don't know what they've got against signs. A sign that says elevator that way, elevator that way. I mean, how expensive can that be? Or a simple sign that says fore or aft on the ship so that you know at least which direction you're headed. Now, after 3 days on the ship, we got the hang of it, but Lord have mercy. That was our biggest gripe. We're old folks. I'm going to be 76 in January, so the idea of walking 5 miles a day is just not, my hips won't take it. So we walked way too much, more than is necessary. Now, the next time we cruise on that, I'm going to pay the extra $100 or whatever it is to specify a particular room. Number one, avoid the 9th deck, because in all likelihood, the only view you're going to get out off your balcony are the lifeboats. So 10 was good. We were on 10. 10 was good. I expect 11 was good. But particularly if you're an older person, get a room near an elevator. Now you're still going to have to walk when you get to the floor you want to go on to the facilities. I don't have any answer for that, but we were having to walk a huge distance one way and then get down there and walk a huge distance the other way. And that doesn't count all the times we went the wrong way out of our room and got to the other side of the ship and there was no elevator, no stairway, nothing. It was just in a dead end. I was frustrated. Now, one of the highlights of the thing is their own private island. It's large. And they do there provide electric golf carts that you can ride. They have a shuttle service, which here again is necessary because you're walking and walking and walking and walking. Getting on board the ship required a lot of walking, and that was all uphill. If you have any problems walking at all, be sure to get assistance, wheelchair, anything, so that you don't have to walk up that gangway. But otherwise, one other thing. The buffet is superb, and that's what I like most about eating on board a ship. Anyway, is I have a great variety of food I don't get at home. Now the restaurant that we were assigned for our general eating, sit down restaurant. Don't hardly know how to describe it other than just exceedingly poor. The portions were tiny, which is probably good because the food wasn't very good to start with, and the service was very poor. Now I need to hasten and add that we were a party of 18 because friends and family all got together and booked on the same cruise. And we booked for the early dining, and got the same table, or two tables actually, one large 16-person table and then a regular table. So that might account for why our meal lasted 2 hours. And that would have been okay, I guess, if the food just hadn't been so bad. After our first night of disappointment, one of the member of the party says, "You need the New York strip steak is really good." Well, if you got teeth like a chainsaw, that would work fine. But I got 76-year-old teeth, and let me put it this way: when I had the steak, by the time I finished eating, if I'd smiled, it would have been looked like a scene out of a horror movie from all the gristle in my teeth, and my jaws were sore from having to bite down so hard. But like I said, the buffet is just superb. Love the buffet. In fact, the last meal that we were obligated because of the group to meet down in the general dining area, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, is Primavera something. I can't. I've been looking for my tag, which would have that on it. But anyway, so the last night, I actually ate at the buffet, and then came down with the group to our assigned table and only ordered dessert, which meant I didn't eat anything there because the dessert was not too big, tiny portions. So the dessert that's not really true. I'm being dramatic there. I had the sorbet, which was pretty decent, and probably three spoonfuls. So the crew was excellent. Even in the dining room experience, where the service was so slow and bungled. Like the first night there, I never did get my coffee. It just it's either poor management in that restaurant and or too few people to cover the workload. I don't know, but the buffet is mighty good. Yes, it's leans toward the Mediterranean style food, and I happen to like Mediterranean food. Give me enough cheese and pasta, and I'm good to go. But no, they had other things that were good to go, and you can pick out what you want and get it instantly, not have to wait hours. And if you like something in particular, you go back and get a second helping of that, or a third, or fourth, whatever you want, till you're full. But the ship, man, is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I spent a little time in the casino. The casino was very nice. Unfortunately, the lowest priced blackjack table was $25. So if you have a bad streak leading off, you could be down a couple $100 in 10 minutes. So they have some $10 tables that are blackjack, mini, money, and mo. That is, they've like most of them, they remove the tens from the deck. That doubles the house edge. So no poker, a lot of slot machines, of course. If you don't know already, that most slots only pay out 80 cents on the dollar, so you're going to lose 20% of your money, unless you just happen to hit the jackpot. Ta-da! We had an interesting cruise in that there was a medical emergency on board, so halfway between Port I always get the port name mixed up. Port Canaveral and their island, because that was the only destination, was their island, which suits me. I've been in the Caribbean so much. I don't need to ever go to Freeport or Grand Bahamas or any of those again. Once you've done it several times, you don't even bother to get off the ship. But the island was nice, and there's food there. They had a laser light show. They have anyway. The service on the island was great. It was outstanding. People were super nice. So, like I say, if you stay away from the main dining room and bring your own Kleenex and toilet tissue, and you'll be fine. And get a room near the elevator, and not on the 9th floor. You'll be fine. And that's what I'm going to do next time, because that was the only shortfall I found in the cruise. So enjoy it.